Hey there, if you are sitting on Zillow right now and you're looking at new homes and you're planning a move to the Tampa Bay area, pause. Just pause for just a few minutes because I want you to watch this video first. Listen, Florida has a massive reputation all around the country for being a tax haven where your dollar stretches forever. And look, that reputation, it's not completely wrong, but between things like the shifting inflation and skyrocketing homeowners insurance premiums and hidden costs like HOAs and CDD in some of these suburban communities, the financial reality on the ground looks very different from what you're reading on those realtor.com or Zillow.com websites. So today I'm going to do a completely unpolished, no filter breakdown of what exactly it costs to live in the Tampa Bay, to buy a home, and to run a household. And I'm going to be talking about Tampa, Brandon, and Riverview. Those are 3 cities in the Tampa Bay area. And I'm going to tell you what it's actually going to look like once you get that bill coming into your monthly mailbox every month. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to budget for. You're also going to know where the traps are, and I'm going to teach you how to avoid making a massive financial mistake when you relocate to the Tampa Bay area. So if you're new here, welcome to Living in Tampa Bay. My name is Jennifer Messina, and I am a local realtor here. And before becoming a real estate agent, I spent 27 years as a special agent with a federal agency. And what that background means for you is that when I look at properties and contracts and local data, I'm looking with very specific attention to detail and a protective mindset. More than that, 16 years ago, I packed up my life and relocated to the Tampa Bay directly from California. I didn't have someone walking me through the real numbers. I figured it out the hard way. And that's exactly why I have built this channel. So if you want transparent, data-driven insights about relocating to Tampa Bay, then hit subscribe button right now. I put out new content every week and I will not sugarcoat it. So let's start with core math. Number 1, buying the house. The biggest assumption that I see out-of-state buyers make is that because Florida has 0 state income tax, that they're going to save thousands of dollars instantly and that everything else will be cheaper too. And here's the thing, they're true. There is no state income tax. That's absolutely real. And when I moved here from California, it was like getting a raise. But the state still has to collect its revenue from somewhere. And a large portion of that comes through property taxes. Here's what no one tells you when you're shopping on Zillow. That property tax figure you're going to be looking at is the current owner's bill, not yours. So in Florida, the truth is when a home sells, the property is reassessed and it's based on your purchase price. So your tax bill will likely be higher than what it was before, sometimes significantly higher than what you saw on that listing. The good news, once you establish permanent residency here in the Tampa Bay or in the state of Florida, you can file for what's called the Florida Homestead Exemption, which caps how much your assessed value can increase each year. But that first year, it can be absolutely a surprise if you're not prepared for it and if you're thinking the amount's going to be what it says on the listing. So now let's talk about how your housing dollar actually plays out across these 3 cities, because it's not one market. So I tell people over and over again. So if you're going to be looking at Tampa proper, you're going to be paying a premium for the location. The price per square foot is going to be higher, lot sizes will tend to be smaller, and the median price will reflect what you're actually buying, which is proximity to downtown and the restaurants and the waterfront and the lifestyle. You're paying for the zip code and you're paying for close proximity. If you slide east into Brandon, the math changes completely. Now, Brandon is an established, mature suburb. Your dollar is going to buy you more square footage. It's going to give you larger lots, mature trees, grounded community feel without that massive price tag of being in Tampa proper. And then there's an area called Riverview. Now, Riverview is the absolute powerhouse for new construction and master planned communities here in the Tampa Bay. There are beautiful modern layouts. The homes have energy efficiency. There's resort style amenities at a price point that can look almost too good to be true. And here's where I need to stop and slow down, because Riverview comes with a fee structure that catches almost every single out-of-state buyer off guard. So let's talk about the HOA fees versus the CDD fees. The This is critical. This is something you really need to understand before making a purchase. Now, you've probably heard of HOA. That's the homeowners association fees. Most of the states have them. They cover your neighborhood rules. They get common area maintenance, sometimes a gated security, the standard stuff. But if you're looking at homes in Riverview or parts of newer Brandon, you're going to see a second line item, and that's going to be the CDD, or the Community Development District. Now, most states don't have this, so I just want to break it down simply. When a developer builds a massive planned community that it has water parks and fitness centers and paved roads, the whole thing, the builder's going to finance that infrastructure through what is a public bond, and that bond gets passed down to the homeowner. So every year on your property tax, you're going to see the CDD fee. So you're paying an HOA and a CDD on top of your mortgage and your taxes. And here's why that matters. For example, a 4-bedroom home in Riverview might look significantly cheaper on paper than something closer to Tampa. But when you add $150 a month for HOA and $2,500 a year for CDD, that payment looks a lot different. It's going to shoot up quickly. You have to calculate the total carrying costs, not just the list price. And that's where the numbers really matter. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, homeowners insurance. Now, we've seen the headlines, and I'm not going to tell you that it's all overblown, but I'm also not going to tell you it's a reason not to move to the Tampa Bay area. What I am going to tell you is this: homeowners insurance is very real. It's a non-negotiable item in your monthly budget, and you will have to get the real number before you make any decisions. Your premium in the Tampa Bay is going to be shaped by 3 things more than anything else. Number 1 will be the age of the roof, and whether or not there's a wind mitigation as part of this property. Number 2, whether the property sits inside a designated flood zone. In Florida, carriers are incredibly strict about roofs. If the roof is over 15 years old, a lot of companies will flat out refuse to write a new insurance policy. And here's where geography becomes your friend or your enemy. If you're buying a historic bungalow in South Tampa, you might be looking at significantly higher insurance costs. Older construction, potential flood zone exposure, those are things that you need to consider. But if you're looking at newer homes in, say, Brandon or Riverview, which are built with modern hurricane codes, impact ratings, updated strapping, the whole spec, your insurance picture can look extremely different. So homes that were built after 2002, and especially brand new construction, can save you thousands of dollars in insurance alone. And that's not a small number. It's going to make a big difference on the bottom line when you look at your bill every month. So beyond the mortgage, what do the day-to-day costs actually look like? 2 things I want you to specifically budget for that people constantly underestimate. Number 1 is electricity. Running your air conditioner through the summer months from June to September is not optional. It is literally survival. Your electric bill will peak during those months, so we're going to have to budget for it. If you're buying a home in December, you're going to want to ask what the average monthly costs are for that. Number 2, transportation. It's going to be a cost, because if you're living in areas like Riverview or Brandon and your work is in Tampa or St. Pete, you're going to be going over the Selman Expressway, and it is fantastic. It's an efficient, elevated toll road, but those daily tolls add up. An extra $100 to $150 a month for expressway commuting is a reality, depending on where you're living. So here's the bottom line. Yes, the cost of living in Florida has changed. It's not the same calculation it was 5 or even 6 years ago, but when you look at the lifestyle and the economic growth and the weather in January and the access to the water and the fact that you can wear shorts in February while your friends are all shoveling out snow from up north, thousands of families are still making the move and telling me it was one of the best decisions that they have ever made. The key to having the accurate numbers before making the leap, not after. So if you want to know exactly what your specific budget buys across the Tampa Bay or Brandon or Riverview, don't guess. Reach out to me directly. My name is Jennifer Messina, and I am a relocation specialist here in the Tampa Bay. And whether you're 10 days out or 10 months out, my team and I are here to make sure that you get it right on the first try and you do not leave money on the table. So hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's neighborhood tour. I will see you then. I'm Jennifer Messina, your Tampa Bay real estate resource, and I'll see you soon.